Now we're getting near to the end of our exercises. The final exercise I've prepared for you is to convey an opinion that you want to communicate. We already know by this point how to create objects, creatures, and people to convey the ideas that you have in mind, and we have gone through exercises to put the elements together into complex objects that communicate, complex thoughts. But now we're going to see how we can identify the opinions that you want to convey and notify the audience what you want them to feel by looking at the pictures. How do you do that? Well, the trick is to utilize all the symbols that we already use in our day-to-day communication. For example, we have exclamation mark to convey excitement within our sentence. We have question mark to ask questions. We have arrows to say this way or that. It could be up or down. And we have math symbols to say this is an addition, it's a subtraction, and therefore equates. I'm sure there are many more symbols that we use within our community, within our culture, to convey what we want to communicate. So you are welcome to use these symbols that you already know and use in your day-to-day lives to convey an idea and your opinion within your pictures. Let me tell you an example. Before, I've shown you the element of flooding within a building that houses our community. I can expand that and show you what had happened and in what order it had happened that resulted in the flooding. Let's take a look. Before was a building, as you saw in the last exercise. A building perhaps has our family in it. But what causes flooding? Flooding often happens when there's rain and too much rain. So an addition of rain and perhaps too much rain resulted in the building being flooded. But that's not all. What happens to the family when a building is flooded? Perhaps the family needs to move out and find a new place. So they have their things and they need to move out. And I'd imagine this is not the happiest of results. By using all the elements that we already know how to draw, we can identify the things that happened before, during, and after a situation to show the audience what you mean. Then we can utilize the symbols that we already have in our daily lives to convey and notify what the situations are meant to feel like to the audience. When you are trying to identify a sentence, a situation, or an opinion you want to convey, perhaps it's good to start with writing the sentence you want to convey. And then you can draw all the elements that are identified in the sentence and combine them with math or grammatical symbols to notify the audience what we should feel while looking at your picture. And when you're done, please share with the rest of your group.